In other police brutality, police shooting news, Ohio cop Ray Tensing, who shot and killed Samuel DuBose, will not be retried after 2 mistrials. This is the case of the former university police officer who shot and killed Samuel DuBose, as he was arrested for it, tried for it, got off twice because of a mistrial, and now he will not be tried for the 3rd time. It's on video. Its own video, and if I recall, I remember it was either the chief of police or the mayor of the city showing the video about 1.5 years ago and saying how, and this was right before he was arrested. They arrested him because he saw the video and he saw the same thing. He saw how blatantly absurd it was for the police officer to kill Samuel DuBose. And this is another case of people seeing the same videotape as everybody else in the world, but they get on the jury and they can't find themselves to find a police officer guilty. This was back in July of 2015. Yeah, so it's 2 years. I said 1.5 years. It was 2 years ago. And there's a video, and it's a graphic video, but we blurred out much of it. There's a video on my page that shows you as Samuel DuBose was pulling away in his car, the police officer, whose life was not in danger whatsoever, shot him in the head and killed him. A university police officer, University of Cincinnati, Ray Tensing. So he's off the hook. He's free to go. I'm sure he'll start a GoFundMe account, and a lot of the good old boys across the country will pitch in and make sure that he's got a nice, cushy life, because that's how it goes in the United States of America. That's where we are. And again, I gotta correct myself. Twice in one night I have to correct myself. That's not necessarily where we are, but that's absolutely where we have always been. That is America. That is America. I'm still trying to think of a case where somebody was found guilty in recent memory. I mean, they couldn't even find Michael Slager guilty. He shot and killed Walter Scott, shot him 6 times in the back as Walter Scott ran away. I've got the most tangential example, but it's in my head, so I might as well give you. I remember I wrote a story when I was like, I don't know, 10, 11 years old, and it was an investigative, short story, a young Sherlock Holmes or something, for lack of a better phrase. And part of the story was a scene where they ran out of he was chasing a criminal out of a building, and the hero, quote unquote hero of the story, shot the guy in the back, killing him. And I let my sister read it. One of my sisters read it, and if I was 9, then the oldest one would have been 14. I let them read it, and instantly, a 14-year-old looked at me and said, "Your cop's a murderer." I know that's like the most tangential thing I've ever pulled into as an example, but if a damn 14-year-old can look at the written proof that a cop shoots a man in the back, and it doesn't matter if the man was a criminal, all that matters was he was running away from the police officer. The police officer had no reason to be afraid, yet he shot and killed a man, shot him in the back. If a 14-year-old could get that out of a piece of fiction, why the hell could a jury of our peers not see it? You know why? Because they don't want to see it. They've never wanted to see it. So that's the case of Samuel DuBose. That's pretty much done now. No justice for that family. No justice for Philando Castile in St. Paul. No justice for Tamir Rice. No justice for Jonathan Crawford. No justice for Eric Gardner. No, I mean, the list goes on and on. Hashtag after hashtag after hashtag.